This goods shed had plenty of detail, but something was missing. It needed some more character and some story building, some lighting to bring it to life. So today I'm going to improve the support beams in the goods shed, and I'm going to install some tiny LED lights inside the goods shed. I think the end result is going to look really good, and I hope you enjoy the video. Hi and welcome back. The idea is quite simple. I want to add some wood pallets using these coffee strainers and then paint and weather them so they look like used for moving goods. After that I add some small LED lamps and run some wires through the base of the building. The difficult part will be modifying the lamps without damaging anything, so let's get started. First I'm cutting the coffee strainers down to size. I'm using this cutting tool to cut and split the wood in half. They don't have to be absolutely perfect, but they do need to be consistent. Then just file the edges down to make a smooth edge. I'm making several matching sections, so I'm using the first one as a template for the others. Once the pieces are cut, I'm gluing them together to create a basic shape. At this stage I'll make 3 together. This makes the process much quicker and helps all the wood pallets the same size. Once the glue has dried, I separate the pallets and trim the ends to neaten them up. I had some spare offcuts of wood, so I tried making a pallet truck. I then cut some of the foam up into small blocks to look like some goods have been placed on the pallets. It's time to turn the wood into something that looks more aged and used. I'll start with this dark base earth shade colour. This gives it some nice depth and makes sure the lighter weathering colours don't look so clean. The important thing here is to not cover everything perfectly. Real pallets are rarely one solid colour. It has darker areas, worn edges, patches where dirt has built up. Now using this Steel Legion light brown paint, I start to dry brush lightly on to give more of a used effect. I think they look good and I'll show you how they look on my goods shed later on. Next I wanted to paint and have a more metal weathered look to the inside support beams to the goods shed. Using this AK corrosion texture paint that helps make it look more old. You don't need a lot of this as it's got to look patchy. Without them being painted, the inside looks quite plain. With all the supports all painted in place, it feels more like a working railway building. I'm very happy with the difference already. I use a bit of this orange colour to pick out some of the detail for a rust effect. The trick is to build this up slowly, layering. It's very easy to apply too much and make everything look too bright and new. A few darker areas left showing through will make the finished supports look more convincing. Stronger industrial appearance. These are very small LED lamps which should give the goods shed a warm glow without overpowering the rest of the layout. Before connecting anything, make sure the lighting is set suitable for your power supply. Now for the tricky bit. By hand I'll bend the lamp back so the pole will fit along the support beams with the lamp facing downwards. I did break a few of these, but there's plenty in the pack. The kit comes with wires and LEDs and a resistor, and you must connect the resistor in before you use them on a 12 volt or 16 volt. I use super glue to stick the light underneath the support beam. I will be connecting to a 12 volt Hornby HM2000 analog controller and will be putting in the power distribution board that can set and control the voltage from 12 volt down to 3 volt to their LEDs, so there's no need for me to put the resistor in. Drilling and wiring, this is the part I was most concerned about, drilling through the base. I'm keeping the hole as small as possible because it only needs to take the LED wire. Once the wires are through, I can position the lamps and hide the excess cable inside the building. I changed the connection here as I couldn't seem to get the other one to work, and I disguised it with a wood pallet on the top to hide it. The wiring has been taken back underneath to the central power distribution board underneath the layout, then goes to the controller. Everything is now being fixed into position. I really love adding these small details. During the day it really makes a notable improvement. But the real test is going to be when the lights are switched on. And here it is with the lights switched on. I think this has made a big difference. The weathering to the roof support gives them an aged appearance, and their warm LED make the goods shed feel occupied rather than empty. The lighting is suitable, which is exactly what I wanted. It doesn't turn the building into a bright box, it adds just enough warmth to draw your eye into the scene. So was it worth doing? Yes, the roof supports were simple to error and the wood pallets came out really good, add a lot more extra detail. The lighting took more planning, especially when drilling through the base and modifying the post, but it completely changed the finished scene. So what do you think of the finished result? Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you add lighting to your model railway buildings? I'll leave some links in the description to some of the items I've used. And I just want to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.